except our drumsticks are sausages because nunchucks and sticks are just like way too violent for kids.
Well, hello and welcome to the Confused Breakfast, you guys. Do you remember the pure joy of a trip to the video rental store as a kid?
Cowabunga!
It's hard to beat the ease of the modern era and streaming platforms where you don't even have to leave your house.
Farajaka?
But there was something truly special about ordering a pizza, heading to Blockbuster to pick out a movie to take it home and watch when you get there. On this podcast, we revisit and dissect some of our favorite childhood movies from that magical era to see if they still move us the way they did as kids. My name is Mike Schulte. Joining me, as always, two dudes who know the difference between slime and ooze. Sean Pryor and AJ Vance. How the heck are you?
I got to be completely honest. When we first started this, I'm like, isn't this the one where like the ooze is like purple and it's got that like purple guy? I'm like, no, that's Power Rangers the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Turns out you've never seen it. Wow, we already skipped to the nostalgia one.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, I think slime and ooze have different points of viscosity.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? I think that's the difference.
Slime was trademarked by Nickelodeon. You can't use
Right.
slime anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, that's why Raph was like real adamant about it. He's like, hey, trademark. God.
Well, boys, on today's episode, we head to the early 90s, a time when pizza was invented. Also a time where a studio can take a highly successful movie and completely change everything about it because one lame parent complained. This movie was completely unplanned when the first one was released, yet came out in theaters less than a year later. This movie was voted on by our incredible Patreon community, and it was the chosen one out of 5. We are, of course, talking about 1991's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze.
Well, dang it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another nostalgic journey to the past with the Confused Breakfast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy wherever you are in the world. Take it away, boys.
Well, thank you for being here, guys. Like we said, we have an amazing Patreon community. You can go there to directly support this podcast, get a ton of perks, bonus audio episodes. I think at this point, if you joined, you'd have like an entire weekend's worth of bonus audio to listen to at your fingertips. But one of the cool things is voting on our upcoming movies. We usually theme them. We gave our beautiful Patreon members at patreon.com/confusedbreakfast 5 sequels of movies we've done to choose from. And they chose Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 with 34% of the vote. In second place, Temple of the Doom, 26%. Back to the Future 3, 19%. And then Ghostbusters 2 and Wayne's World 2 tied with 11%.
Wow.
Okay. They really wanted this movie because that is some tough competition.
They were all about it. My goodness.
And if you're new to this podcast, we're going to be reviewing this scene by scene with a modern eye. But in order to do that properly, we believe we must first talk about it with pure nostalgia. AJ, let's go to you. I want to hear what you have to say about this one. First time you saw this movie, what your nostalgic rating was.
AJ's drunk.
AJ's drunk.
I'm confused.
Breakfast?
Hey.
Oh, man, we're on it. TMNT2 Sodo, bros. Did you guys also call it Sodo? Neither did I. No, VHS, man. VHS. We burned this VHS out. And you know what? This is not even just the movie. It was all of the trailers and everything leading up to it. This might be some of the most iconic trailers, like movie previews at the beginning of a VHS that will live on forever. We're talking about Urban Commando. We're talking about the Burger King commercial.
Damn.
We're talking, oh my gosh, dude. It's just, there is so much that you just like think about when you pop this one in and you're trying to get past it, but you also, your VHS player is like basically the equivalent of dial-up internet on delay and stuff. So you're trying to figure out how to get past it all, but you just can't. You just let it roll. This entire VHS sequence was just massive. The New Line Cinema. I loved it so much as a kid. And we will get into the endless quote fest that happens for an 8-year-old parrot. So this is a 10, guys.
10 for AJ. Sean, what about you, man?
It's kind of the same here. Had a burnt VHS of this. I think we got it off a TV. And, you stop it and edit out the commercials yourself. But yeah, I remember just excellent slices of pizza and kick-ass. That's all I remember. And I love those two things. So I'm going to give this a 9.
9 from Sean. For me, you guys know, go back to our original. We did the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was such a huge thing for me and my brother. And of course, you're riding high. You've been watching the original like 10 times a month for the last year, and all of a sudden there's a second one.
Yeah.
And I think we went and saw it in the theaters, and then I'm pretty sure we bought it on VHS and wore that thing out. This was just as cool, if not cooler, than the original to me in 1991. So I'm a 9.5. Boys, that's a 9.5.
Hell yeah.
Nostalgically, that is now our number one highest rated nostalgic movie. We love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 more than any movie we've done as kids.
What's second?
Second is Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Third is Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Fourth is Goonies. Fifth is the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sixth is Dumb and Dumber.
I like that we have
all the movies I ever watched when I was a kid.
I like that we have bookended our top 5 with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Listen to the bottom, the worst. Princess Bride, The Shining, Jaws, Groundhog Day, Aliens, Blair Witch, Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Screw those movies, man.
It sucked, dude. Where's the pizza in those movies?
Yeah, dude.
Well, now that we've wasted 7 minutes of your time, we're never going to talk about nostalgia ever again because it's all about modern eye, guys. Modern eye. So we got to go to Sean. We got to learn all the important details of the movie. What do you got on this one, dude?
Produced by Kim Dawson and Thomas Gray. Written by Todd Langan. Based on characters created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Music by John Duprez. He also did the music for UHF. A movie that I love. Cinematography by Shelley Johnson. He did Jurassic Park 3, Captain America, the first Avenger, and a little movie that's excellent while you're high, The Hurricane Heist.
Oh.
Directed by Michael Pressman. He did a bunch of TV. Cast: Paige Turco, David Warner, Michelin Sisti, Leif Tilden, Kevin Scott, Mark Queso, Kevin Clash, Francois Show, Kevin Nash, and Ernie Reyes Jr., our Lord and Savior. After the major success of the first film, New Line Studio rushed the sequel in a major way, wanting to keep up the momentum of what they had. One of the producers would say that the script was cobbled together and the production was no different. Director Michael Pressman was chosen because he was known for his very fast turnaround for his productions. Pressman at one time made like 5 to 6 TV movies within a year, so they trusted the director on this super fast-tracked production. While most of the cast returns as far as voices for the Turtles and Splinter, plainly missing is Corey Feldman. Feldman was not recast because he was in some trouble with some drugs at the time, and originally playing April O'Neil, Judith Hoag did not return because she wasn't even approached. Oh. The producers thought Hoag complained too much on the first film about working schedules and the violence of the film, so Paige Turco replaced her. She had pointed out in the production of the first one that like there were some unsafe working conditions, so I don't want to say that she's a total villain because that's important, I think. Ernie Reyes Jr., who was a stunt double in the first film, was cast as a sidekick because the producers loved him so much, and he's just fucking awesome.
Makes sense.
Originally, the creators wanted Professor Baxter to be the main villain of the sequel, not wanting to return to Shredder because he was effectively killed off in the first.
Yeah, he died.
However, Baxter's
tiny
biting machines would have been too costly for the production. The creators also didn't want Bebop or Rocksteady in the movie because they were frankly annoyed of the characters. Like literally the people who made TMNT were annoyed of them.
Oh, don't pay attention to any of the kids out there who fucking love
No.
This is like the main staple villains of the entire thing.
Yeah, you know what? When you're making millions of dollars, it's not about you.
No.
It's about the audience.
No, it's this is the idea behind it. It's like, God, guys, Bebop and Rocksteady, they're annoying. Let's just say it'd be too hard to create them. Okay. Oh, Tokar and Razor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
For simplicity's sake and time's sake, it was decided that Shredder would return and new characters Toka and Reza would be essentially the de facto Bebop and Rocksteady, and it helped that having new characters meant new toys to be created.
Oh, weird.
And that's pretty much why, and they were literally leftover stuff from Jim Henson's studio. The abandoned train station in the film is mostly real, however, it was not fully decommissioned at the time of filming. Trains would still go through the station, but would not stop at the station, so the crew essentially got the greatest production value of all time. Secret of the Ooze was released on March 22nd, 1991, and on a budget of $25 million. The film made $78.7 million, becoming the second highest grossing independent film after the first TMNT.
Jesus. Well, thanks, Sean. Now we got to go to AJ. We want to know ratings and reviews from critics and fans alike. So that's where AJ comes in. What do you got to say about it?
When I do dream, I'll dream of something a little thinner. The tomato meter! Gross!
So my wife says, man.
Oh, damn. 36%.
Wow.
Splurge.
Whoa.
It's the new. They're changing popcorn meter, and they're also changing the sound of a splurt.
Yeah,
Splurt. Of any movie we've done, guys, that is tied with Final Destination. It is. The critics think this is better than Three Ninjas, but not as good as the original. The original was 42%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe they're both wrong. Who knows? 67% on the brand new good old popcorn meter.
Oh, man.
It's a 30-minute long soundbite.
Anyways, IMDb is a 6.
Fellas,
Straight up.
of any movie we've done, that is 15th from the bottom.
Ooh.
It's better than Encino Man, but not as good as the original. The original was a 6.8.
Okay.
Per the fans.
I mean, it's basically Encino Man.
It really is. If you really boil it down.
So. Well,
Matt Wilson is Shredder.
Okay. How about let's just talk about Chicago, even though this takes place in New York.
You want to know what they really are?
What they really are?
Turtles.
They're turtles. They're turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No! No! Vanilla Ice is like, yeah. No!
Dave Kerr over there at the
Dave Kerr.
Chicago Tribune. He had this to say. He gave it a 75 out of a Hyundai stick. The new film is a fast, funny, engagingly unpretentious 88 minutes that moving between martial arts dust-ups. Yeah, martial arts dust-ups and random satirical jibes achieves a more successful mix of action and humor than the first. There's plenty for adults here, as well as children.
Nice. Dave
Thanks,
Kerr.
Thanks, Dave. It's about time you were nice.
I know.
Let's
You
go.
Kerr.
Dang it, yes, Kerr. But Jeannie Siskis was on the opposite end of the track.
Mm-hmm.
He gave it a 25 on the old Chicago Tribune. The movie slogs along in between combat scenes. Only a precious few of the bantering jokes among the Green Quartet hold any amusement for those over the age of 10. When you use the word slogs, I'm just like, that is just how you put down a movie.
Slogs.
It's a slog.
Slogfest.
Robert Eger.
What?
Roger Ebert. Raj Eve, Chicago Sun-Times 25 out of. They were in complete agreement here. Today's kids are learning from the Turtles that the world is a sinkhole of radioactive waste, that it's more reassuring to huddle together in sewers than take your chances competing at street level. And that individuality is dangerous.
Not
Cowabunga.
one single time when I watched this movie did I ever think that.
No. No, I never thought the world is a radioactive pit.
We should take our friends into the sewers so that we don't have to be around modern
Actually,
culture.
of all the New York movies that were probably coming around and around this time, this one looks pleasant.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy eating
Yeah.
pizza, chilling.
Dude, I'm telling you. I mean, yeah, sure, there's nuclear reactive waste. We got pizza.
You're gonna have that.
We got pizza.
We got pizza. This was 1 out of 10. This was your favorite when you're a kid. ... This is Medjasta.
Oh.
Yeah, so really important here, guys. 1 out of 3 people found this very important and found it helpful. But your favorite when you're a kid, but not when you grow up. What the hell happened? The first one took itself very seriously, and this one does not. You'd think that they would have followed in the steps of the first one instead of trying to make this into the cartoon. This was literally the next year, so that should tell you something. Even the turtles look bad. They look so realistic in the first one. Such a waste of everything, really. Except for Vanilla Ice, this should be the high point of his career.
I think it was.
It might have been. I just want to say this because I hate it when people do this. 1 out of 10. Better than getting rabies? Is that an accomplishment? Human life is about suffering. People will talk all kinds of shit about hopes and dreams, meaning of all that stuff is great. Don't get me wrong, but what lasts with you, whether in certainty or doubt, is suffering. Why are we talking about this? Moving on. Snore.
Slog.
We're talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not the meaning of life is suffering. Snore.
If anything, the movie's kind of teaching you to just be like, if you take a bump on the head, just be like, make
Hey.
a joke out of it.
Hey.
Get back up.
Yeah.
All right. This is a 5 out of 10. Only a shell of the first film.
Yeah.
Fluke Skywalker, 2014.
That's a great
I
name.
like that. After deftly balancing the fun with the serious in the first film, Secret of the Ooze inexplicably regresses into more lightweight, cartoonish fare. The goal was to increase mass appeal by once again sanitizing the turtles. It backfired, as TMNT2 made $120 million less globally than its predecessor did just 1 year earlier. Interesting. Talking about the tonal shifts, the substitution of sets and sound stages for actual location shooting, perhaps most of all, the lack of Casey Jones, the athletically gifted yet charismatic, charisma-challenged Ernie Reyes Jr. is no substitute for the wise-cracking charm of Elias Koteas. Secret of the Ooze is still blandly amusing at times, but like watered-down sequels such as Conan the Destroyer before it simply can't touch the original. You're wrong.
You're wrong.
right.
A
Yeah.
lot of times we say you're entitled to your opinion. Every once in a while, we're like, no, you're not. You're
No.
wrong.
Actually, you're not.
We're going to revoke your entitlement to your opinion.
Correct.
Your American right. You don't have it anymore.
Nope. Sorry.
has been taken away because of your
Incoherent, babbling nonsense.
use
Yeah.
of IMDb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a free country to say what you want, but we can judge you very harshly on what you say.
Yeah.
And we're judging you.
And we get it all the time, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Let's just
I
get
actually had 2 different fairly famous people that follow us on TikTok message us privately and be like, I don't understand why people hate you so much. And I'm like, we don't either, but it sure helps the algorithm. And they're like, hell yeah, dude.
cheers to that. Let's just, guys, for the sake of it, this is one of the movies, because it won a Patreon vote, I want to hear some 10 out of 10s. 10 out of 10, flawless, said Taylor Simon in 2021. This is the perfect film. I'd go so far as to say it's even prophetic. We're not far from the ooze-influenced mutations running rampant. The jokes are perfectly timed. The pizza deserved an Oscar.
Yeah. It may get it confusing.
I'm just saying. The greatest movie sequel ever made, turtle with pizza emoji.
Of course. Yeah. What else?
This was DeAndre Jett. Yep. I love both the 1990 original film and this one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and TMNT2, Secret of the Ooze, are my 2 favorite movies of all time.
Hell yeah, brother.
And the last thing I'm going to give you guys is, because these are just kind of funny, are also 10 out of 10s. Not as good as the first one, but still awesome. But you still gave it a 10 out of 10. What did they give the first one?
Well,
11.
10.
This is Mr. Movie Reviewer. What is he do?
Oh,
He just gives everything 10.
this is the guy.
Yeah.
He just said that he was disappointed that they left out Judith Hogue and Alliance Coteus. Corey Feldman, I was not happy with Judith being left out. But I didn't like Hogue. Yeah, you said that already. Sorry. Now, yes, my biggest criticism is the PG rating. They went for it, really changed the whole movie, but still, why it's nowhere near as good as the first. It's still an awesome kid movie, and this one is perfect for kiddies. Thank you.
It's nowhere near as good as the first one. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I know exactly what he means by that.
Okay.
I think that's absolutely fair.
Okay, all right.
So you think he's kind of pandering on this a little bit to the kids?
No, I
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
They nearly another one, last one. This is a 10 out of 10. They nearly ruined this one with the semblance of story. No, stick to fighting and eating pizza. It's what the fans want. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, boys, before we start our scene-by-scene breakdown of TMNT2 Secret of the Ooze, I have to say, I wasn't prepared. Hold on.
Yeah.
We
up?
must observe the ancient ritual of the pre-podcast donuts.
Oh.
Here you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, eat it. Yeah.
Radical, dude.
Eat it. Yeah. Do you want a donut? This is the first and only time we will be pre-podcasting donuts because I didn't write anything to start us off. So here we go.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
So scene 1, after their rooftop battle with the Foot Clan, the Turtles stop a robbery and save a pizza delivery guy named Keno. They return to April O'Neil's new apartment with Master Splinter where they're currently staying. Shredder is alive and returns to the Foot Clan to rebuild it to destroy the Turtles.
Logan got here just in time.
He's like, they're going to do donuts.
he
at about
heard that
22
box
minutes in.
open from downstairs.
I
don't blame you, brother.
First things first, guys. This opens up. You get the New Line home video. You get these opening credits that start in the scenery of New York and people eating this pizza. And although I don't understand how this person in this pizza shop is cutting this pizza from the center out, it's super freaking weird.
Dude. New York.
That bothers the fuck out of me.
I'm gonna have to say this, maybe even for all of us. This will be impossible to review without any nostalgia on the brain. So, good night.
Yep.
AJ, thank you. Listen to me. I sat on my couch and I hit play, and it was late at night, long day. I poured a Cedar Ridge, and I'm just like, fuck, man. It's our third movie we're reviewing in like 2 days. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this.
Yeah.
And I was smiling from ear to fucking ear the whole time. The first like 5 minutes of this movie just was like, I'm gonna have a really hard time stripping away nostalgia on this, because this is one of those movies that just floods it back. I challenge anybody out there listening, if you're like, yeah, whatever, hit play on this movie and tell me that you're not just instantly happy and thinking about childhood.
It looks great. There's that, the reel going around right now. It's just like, why did New York look so good in the 90s or something? And it's just like this scene. I mean, it's one of the best openings to any movie we've ever done. I'm going to be straight up, and just pizza, New York, and 80s music having an identity crisis just because it's like going into the 90s, like it's amazing.
What are they making it seem like the Turtles made pizza popular all of a sudden, or what are they doing?
Once it started, I'm like, oh yeah, isn't like Keno, like, doesn't he own the pizza and he just delivers? Okay. Yeah, I didn't remember.
I kind of thought maybe it was like Ghostbusters 2, where all of a sudden the Ghostbusters are popular now, and everybody's like, yeah, Ghostbusters. But no one knows who the Turtles are yet.
No.
So this is just like, oh yeah, it's pizza. Yeah, pizza.
Why doesn't a pizza place just like be like, this is the pizza that the Turtles eat, and just make it look this good every single time?
Yeah.
Why don't they just like, I know it's maybe not like in the zeitgeist anymore or popular anymore, but just put the Turtles and they say, we approve this pizza.
Yeah.
And if it looks fantastic, everyone will buy it.
Just, I think we should just, that'll be our next venture, is we're just going to open up a joint called Turtle Pizza.
Yeah.
Turtle Power Pizza.
Turtle Power Pizza. And it's just, it might even just taste horrible.
It does.
But it looks so good.
I'm going to go on record and say none of this pizza actually looks good.
Oh, really?
I didn't.
Really?
I was like, I wanted pizza, but I'm like, but I don't want that pizza.
It's that chick who's is in the pizza shop, and she lifts it up and
Yeah.
she sees the string. She's like,
And then there's the guy who's like, it's like they were directing him in the shot when everybody else crosses the street, but he's in his pizza mode. But they're like, yeah, but show us how big the piece is. So he's like,
yeah.
he's like turning it. That pizza looks phenomenal.
When you
too.
have to use two hands to like push the flat part of the pizza into your mouth, like that's the best.
Yeah, the flop. You're talking about the flop.
Yeah,
that's
you guys
New York
like floppy
flop.
pizza. See,
No.
I want strong pizza. I want to be able to hold up the entire slice, and the bottom is crusty enough to where it's going to stay straight up.
I don't know. I mean, it's pizza's pizza. But
see, I'm a happy medium here because I
want to fold it.
My half fold on the back will support through the front.
So you want it to be
That's what I
floppy
need.
until you fold it.
Not floppy. I'm not saying
Maybe the tip is kind of hanging down.
Yeah. It's lost some of its muster over the time.
It was hard when it left the pizza shop.
Right. When it
but
left
now
the
it's
pizza
like,
shop.
yeah.
Now it's just it's that last little. But once it gets nibbled at, then it's fine.
It's not it's losing its hotness.
Yeah.
It's not in the
Hair
moment
has
anymore.
gotten
It's
to
just
it.
like,
Yeah.
Nobody's
Right.
touched me in a while.
Yeah. It's been sitting on the tray for a while.
we may have to cut all this out and just use it as a Patreon.
No way, man.
No, but we do get to this like fight scene where Kino runs into these guys, and this even was just like a nostalgia like flood.
The
you
freeze
know?
frame of them jumping.
Yeah, it's in this whole fight was just like, oh my god, and Ernie Reyes being a fucking badass dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. But like, the turtles arrive, they get their own buzzword for like after annihilating somebody, like they punch someone in like cowabunga, or they just get their own catchphrase every time they cut to them. Yeah.
I want to talk about
Go ahead.
Ernie Reyes.
Go for it. I had one thing. Well, hang on. I had one thing before we got to this. When he leaves the pizza shop, it's still Ernie Reyes. It's Kino. He goes into that place. He goes into that pizza shop to pick up the pizza for delivery. You can tell these guys, they really care about Kino. But then I had this thought, and I was like, it's called Roy's Pizza. And I think that they're actually referring to every single one of those guys looks like they're named Roy. Every single dude is named Roy in there. They're all different versions of Roy.
That's why Kino can't actually work inside the shop.
Correct.
He's got to just be the delivery guy because his name's not Roy.
Look, Kino, your credentials are great. We love you. You got a great
guy,
personality. I know you're applying for the register, but there's just no way. We got to put you on the motorbike. Oh, damn it.
Kino is a cool name, but it's not as cool as Roy.
It's not Kino's pizza. It's Roy's
You can see that, right?
And we're all Roy.
You can read, right? Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. I can see how I do like. I've told you I do like to listen back to maybe other pop culture movie podcasts sometimes after I've made my notes, like maybe on the way here, like see what other people got to say about it. And I heard a few where they're like, nah, this dreaming of something a little thinner line. It's like, no, I laughed out loud.
No, yeah.
The minute he said that. This is 1991. She turned him down.
Yeah,
he's allowed to say that.
She
to
made
her.
fun of him
First. He's allowed to say this back to her.
Yeah, okay.
And it's very funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're not the PC place here in Confused Breakfast. We're reviewing this saying it was 1991. It was a hilarious line.
Yeah.
Kids loved it.
Okay, like he's flirting a little bit. It's the 90s. If she chooses to flirt back or shoot him down, that is her choice.
Yes.
It's also her choice to deal with the repercussions of shooting him down. And boy, you got roasted, bitch.
I love his laugh too. I don't understand when people say that he's not great or not like what was the word? Charismatic.
Oh my god.
Not only is he charismatic, but he was so charismatic that they literally said, hey, bro, get the fuck out of that costume.
Yeah, get out of that
We need
suit.
you on screen. And
Yeah.
this is not him like saying, I want to do it. This is them going, this guy's awesome.
Yeah.
You can picture him probably hanging out at like mess hall and like, not mess hall, like crew dinners and stuff, and just being so charismatic and funny that they're like, we got to get you on screen.
Oh, yeah.
And then not only that is he charismatic, but he's like maybe one of the most badass martial arts dude I've ever seen on screen.
Yeah, he's every time he's on screen, even in Surf Ninjas 2, is just like this is the best part of the movie. Like just watching him or like watching the turtles beat the shit out of people. It's obviously that's what you want to see, but I don't get it either, man. Like he's even a good actor on top of being a fucking badass martial artist.
Yeah. Well, and what a great support character for the Ninja Turtles. the guy, the delivery boy for like what is basically one of the best pizza joints.
Yep.
In there, he's also an accomplished martial artist, and he's got a dope ass scooter. And he can get it. He's got his own transportation.
Super witty. He's up with all the dialogue with the teenagers at the time.
Yeah. People are like, "Oh, bring back Danny." It's like, fuck that,
dude. If the turtles were they were peeking out and watching Kino roast that girl, like wish you'd be a little thinner, they'd be like, "Oh, this guy fucking rules, dude."
It'd be that meme of like everyone with just like losing their shit around that.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
That's what it would be. I love that so much.
I have to humanize the goons here.
You just hear a
with these pantyhosed villains that we have here. Just a bunch of them just robbing a toy store or something. You know,
what is this, sticky bandits?
It's got to be like guys. Just making sure everyone has their pantyhose. Okay, just making sure everyone has it. Rob, I'm glad you remembered this time. That's great. That's really good. All right, now everyone have their khakis. Everyone have their khakis.
Cargo ones,
You
right?
got your button-ups? You got your button-up shirts?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Let's go burgle this toy store.
Okay.
Let's go, boys.
It's like, well, what are we supposed to be? Like the foot? No, we're the hose. Like that's what it is.
We're really the lakes.
The legs.
That's how this happens.
We're calves.
Yeah.
We're the calves guys.
I do want to mention a couple of the voices. There are two that are worth mentioning. You said it earlier that Donatello was Corey Feldman, the voice of Donatello in the first one. They replaced him. Do you know who they replaced him with? This is a tough one. Technically, it's this man's second appearance on our movie that we've done. Does the name Adam Carl ring a bell?
Was he the voice of Elmo?
No, he was one of the bullies in Monster Squad at the very beginning.
Oh
my!
He played Derek, one of the bullies at the beginning of Monster Squad.
Huh.
He is the voice of Donatello now, and then the voice of Leonardo for the first one and this one is Brian Tochi, who's the kind of Asian nerd from Revenge of the Nerds and Police Academy.
Oh yeah.
So great. And the minute you know that, then you hear his voice, you can only see his face. You can only see his face from like Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
It's so great.
That's great. Oh yeah.
Dude, the walking the dog yo-yo trick. Me and my brother were just like, we have to get yo-yos now.
We have to do this.
And
now.
we have to fight crime with them.
Yo-yo
That's just what we have to do.
Yo-yo sales spiked after
You
like
know
a
they
10-year
did. Fuck yeah.
deficit. You know, like it did.
If you look at the record, it's like the 70s, like yo-yos, and then it just goes, it's just a steady decline. 1991, whoa!
Their boardroom is just like, what the hell are we gonna do? And then some page busts in and says, "Sir, shaking papers." It's like it happens. Like, what happened, Timmy? And he says,
It's back in pop culture.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 came out and he used a yo-yo. He's like, my God, we're back.
Order more polyurethane right now.
But then it turns out they're like a very kind of like wholesome organization, and they go, but I have bad news. They use it in a fight.
They put it in a fight. So he's like, boys, what a moral conundrum for our business.
I think this is a risk worth taking.
Here.
Capitalism wins again.
The just quotable lines or quotable parts where the clown in the toy store or whatever, he's pushing, and he's like, yeah. What the fuck?
Why are we quoting this constantly as kids? Constantly. Combat cold cuts?
Well, because we can't use nunchucks.
All right.
We cannot use nunchucks.
so
we have to
stupid.
use sausage.
We need to use sausages.
One fucking Karen saw the first one and was like, it's too violent. And they literally...
And they listen every time.
Guys, if you go back and watch this, you don't notice this as a kid. You don't notice this. But as an adult, they don't use their weapons once.
Nope.
Not
Jeez.
one single time. And there's not even... Like, the fight scenes are, like, all one and done. It's like a guy kind of leans into a punch and falls over. It's... When you... This is where, like, I'm just so all in this movie. And as this movie goes on, you start to go, oh, my God. Yeah, this isn't very good. Like, you start to fall out of that nostalgic aspect when you realized how badly they fucked this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want them to up the ante after every fight scene. It's just like, well, the only ante that we're upping is the set.
That's all we're doing.
That's all that's different about any of these fights, really, or adding more characters to fight.
If you deep dive into that, she was a part of this organization called Moms Undermining Fun Films, and then we found out that acronym is just MUFF.
Please tell me you just made that up.
I did just make it.
Oh my God, there needs to be an organization.
Mom's underlining fun films.
Mom's underlining fun films. Or just fun stuff.
Yeah.
So MUFFS.
MUFFS.
Yeah. It's just fun stuff. Hey, are they having fun in that? We got to get rid of that.
Fun films and
don't
stuff.
like that.
I haven't had sex in 18 years. We got to stop people from having fun.
Oh man, yeah. She was the head muff in this one. Oh, it sucked.
My question
And they
for
muffed
you.
it.
Well, it didn't suck.
My question for you guys: how long after the first one does this to actually take place?
They say
ASAP.
I feel like it's the same night.
It's the next day.
So really, like the first one ended. They shredded Shredder in the trash compactor.
Oops.
And then I'm guessing on their way. Yeah. So then that night they went and moved in with April. And then the next night they were out fighting this crime, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Is that how quickly this is supposed to happen?
that guy, the guy, wherever that garbage truck was parked, the driver for that woke up that next morning was like, ugh, and he got in his truck and he just took it to the dump so he could make another round.
I was watching.
That's literally it.
I was watching.
We see him get dumped out.
Yes.
I was watching a video breaking down this movie on YouTube. I forget what the guy's name is, but he had a great joke. He's like, must have been a recycling truck because they just recycled the old villain again.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, they fucking killed Shredder, but he is alive.
Yes.
And it really doesn't make much sense.
No, like for me, like it just makes sense that it's only a couple days. Maybe he didn't get dumped out of that truck, but he was in that pile of garbage that they dumped into, so it has to have been recent.
And I like how they're just like, yeah, he's alive, and nothing has changed. Not even like, oh, he broke his arm and now it's mechanical,
Yeah.
or like, nope, he's just like, yeah, he had a scratch on his face.
As
I
we go
think,
through this movie, it is just the first one again, and we've had sequels like that where Home Alone 2 is pretty much just a sequel again, but in New York,
Hey.
and that's it.
We all knew that the dump was our fallout, our fallback spot,
Yeah.
because these guys are still reeling from something.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just, it does, like, I don't know. Unfortunately, the Foot lost their dope ass hideout.
But everywhere they go, they
Now
know how
they're
to
the
make a
dump.
sick one again.
They do.
They know how to just do it.
These guys are resourceful.
Yeah.
They're like
So that
lost Boy Scouts.
We see Splinter again, and they're just like hanging out in April's apartment, right? And it's just like fucking crazy. What do we think of New April?
So who plays New April? It's what's her name? Shoot.
When I was younger, I was like, ooh, she's hotter.
Paige
like
Turco.
that.
Paige Turco.
So I like Paige Turco a lot. This was her first role, I think. From what I understand, she was, what I best know her from is she was in The 100. If you guys ever watched that show, The 100, it was on CB,
yes,
WB,
I caught
CW.
some of those.
Yeah, whatever. I think she's great, and I think there is maybe a little bit more chemistry with her.
I think so too. I don't know.
But OG April's kind of my April, though.
She's great. I mean, they're both great. There's something about this one. I'm just like, yeah.
Looking in a good way.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's
Don't like redheads, huh?
I do.
Oh.
I do.
Here's the thing.
It takes a lot for me to
I
go
see
back
what
on
you're
it.
saying. I see what you're saying.
The I feel like looking like when you're older, you're kind of like, no, I get what Judith Hogue was all about. Okay, I get that vibe and stuff. And when you're younger, you're like, ooh, this one's. It's more. It's almost more fan service to like adolescent kids.
She looks, new one, Paige looks more like what you think April O'Neil's supposed to look like from the cartoons.
That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let's go on to scene 2.
Okay.
When April covers the cleanup process underway in the city by TGRI, Splinter recognizes the initials from the canister of mutagen that turns them all into mutants. Upon learning of the potential for the ooze to mutate animals into minions, Shredder sets out to obtain samples and kidnaps Professor David Perry of TGRI while the Foot Clan battles the turtles in the lab. The Foot forces Professor Perry to assist in the creation of 2 aggressive mutants to be his own pupils.
the fucking giant dandelions that's looking like gauze wrapped sticks with yellow confetti on them.
Yep.
Oh man.
And the sound of
Prop.
Ooh, here's a prop.
You're taking this?
Yeah.
the sound effect of it going.
Because I need a sound effect for our board that just is that sound. Dandelions.
Dandelions.
This thing, I don't know. That's my prop.
That's pretty good. What about you, man?
I'm gonna go with Super Shredder's helmet.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I kind of want the canister of TGRI ooze.
I figured somebody was
feel
gonna
like
take
I
it.
feel like, and I want it full of ooze. I want it on
Yeah.
the. Yeah, it's got to be there, right?
Are
to
you
be
going to
here.
tell us the secret of it? Because this movie doesn't.
No, there's no. There's not even actually. There isn't a secret. It's well known that this is the ooze, and this is where it came from.
In fact, it's become pretty well known. If Facebook existed at this point, it would be all over.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I want to do a recasting. If we're gonna do a modern day like remake of this, instead of Jordan Perry, like the guy playing Jordan Perry, I want Jordan Peterson to play him. I don't know why.
You want him disposed? Disposed? Well, you're the last one, aren't you?
Dispose.
That's what I want.
Why don't you dispose of the trash in your room?
And the trash in your room.
Clean it up.
Clean your room.
The reason you're having problems is you live in a sewer.
Are you want to be a denizen of this earth? Get out from under there.
If you really want to understand the secret of the ooze, then you're going to have to go back a lot further.
Now let's
you.
break it down.
That's all I wanted by saying was for you guys to do that. Yeah, I mean, this is funny. I do remember thinking this as a kid, and I still think it now is, actually, we might as well get this over with, too.
If we were on a train to go punch a face, I'm on board.
It was going to be like some sort of weird side character for me because there's a lot of people that get punched in this. But what's yours?
It's Freddy. Freddy's the newscaster / foot guy.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring him up in this point is like, you just got this issue where the directors just never think about this stuff, but I thought about it as a kid. The TGRI guy goes, oh, we gotta get this away, and he walks over the hill and he looks all around to make sure nobody sees him, and then he moves off screen to the left.
Right.
And 1 millisecond later, Freddy's standing there going, like he was literally standing there off screen, and this guy goes,
and
coast
he's
is clear.
sneaking away, and like literally everyone's turned towards him.
Everyone. No one has seen this at all.
Yeah.
I noticed that as a kid and just went like, why can't you just make this better?
One of my favorite things. It's like maybe the most pointless things. Maybe it's one of those scientists deserves to be punched in the face, because I'm pretty sure what they do is like, oh, how did we miss this? And he pulls out like a tape measure and he measures like. Is that going to be the first question that somebody asks? Well, how big were they? It's like
Dandelions have been known to grow over 6 inches.
And by the way, they can get pretty tall anyways. It's like, oh, a dandelion that's that tall can be pretty normal. It's just you should have been measuring like the girth of the damn thing, like the actual size. It's like a dandelion that's it's 1.5 feet tall. That's not a big deal. No, look. It's like, why are you measuring it, you dick? And
He's mine too.
Yeah, he's got
it was going to be a side character.
April.
Hello, April. What were you going to ask him?
Yeah.
What question were you going to ask him? Wrapping his cables and not doing over under, just wrapping
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
And that's why I used to be upset with the ponytail guy that he hands him to.
Yes.
But then I realized why he's so irritated with him, because he's like, come on. He's like, because he realizes he's going to have to rewrap that cable.
He's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Well, this new guy sucks.
They get back to April's apartment and they're like, "Where's Splinter?" And he's like, "He's been on the roof ever since he saw your report." "Really? What's he doing?" And he comes back down, "Coming to a decision." Like he pauses like that. Like, what's he been doing? "Coming to a decision."
Do a decision.
I love Splinter, man. He's just so lovable. I don't know what it is. The face of him reminds me of a dog or a cat.
Yep.
You'd want to have a Splinter in your house.
Yeah, and she says like he's the cleanest one, but no. Like, if he is upstairs, like, is he just hanging out in your bed? No, thank you.
They couldn't get Splinter some new clothes.
Come
like
on.
at this whole time, like he's the cleanest one, but like he's still wearing those just like drab, like looks like Dobby from frickin' Harry Potter.
He's still looking like Spirit of Halloween decorations.
Yeah.
But think about, so these turtles and the rat have lived in sewers their whole life. They're just shitting and pissing in corners.
Yep.
All of a sudden, they're living in April's apartment. Do they know how to use toilets?
Can they get on the toilet?
Can they act? Oh my God.
They have to ride them backwards.
Oh, they got to ride them backwards.
They have to ride them backwards.
Turtles have to ride them backwards.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then even then, like, do they know how to do that? Do they want to do that? Do they maybe just leave and go into the street to just?
True.
I'm telling you.
Do they just like open up the window or like go out on like the fire escape and just shit?
Oh yeah,
off
it
of the
is
building?
New York. It's 90s New York. From
What
what
does
I've heard.
turtle poop look like?
Little little like rabbit turds.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, but I mean, they're their size though.
Oh,
So you're talking about
Basketball size.
7 basketball-sized turds.
Oh God,
They eat a lot of pizza too.
they do. Yeah, and
it's not solid. It's
those
not
aren't
solid.
healthy.
No.
Turtle shit.
Right, it's not like turtle food.
They're not getting like those healthy pellets that you feed a turtle
I don't know
or
if
the flakes.
I don't think I took one single healthy shit as a teenager.
No,
So like,
and especially these guys being mutants and Ninja Turtles.
I mean, like Burger King used to have those like long chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
It was like 2 for $2, and I'd get like 4.
Right.
Like every night after soccer practice, because you work out and then you can eat fast
balance
food.
it.
Yeah,
Balance
it's
it out.
balanced.
You burn calories like it's fucking fire.
Yeah. My shits weren't solid.
No.
So I don't think the turtles were either.
Not with if they're eating Roy's pizza every night, greasy, just pepperoni pizza. Like, oh, we got more pizza, and it's just like while April's just like cleaning up just greasy shit off of the grates outside. Like, it's bad, guys. This is a situation.
I do very much enjoy their banter and just how teenage the Mutant Ninja Turtles are.
Yeah.
It's just so, even like the one where like Michelangelo gets in trouble while they're talking to Splinter, and he goes, okay, fine, and he goes to do the backflips, and you can hear him. I had headphones on, so you can very subtly hear him going 1,
Yeah.
2, and you can hear it in the background. But if you, let's just say it was a low volume, you wouldn't hear him doing that. But then it cuts to him just going 10, 11.
1. Yeah.
Those are like, that's my favorite part about the Ninja Turtles in general. It's just that they are teenagers, that they're brothers, that they fight, they have banter, that they have this dad figure in Splinter who's trying to keep them around and like keep them. I just love the idea of the Turtles, and it's such a genius thing, from the comics to the TV to the video games to the movies. It's just such a great iconic franchise.
And despite the Karen-ness of like wanting to cut out like all the violence or like whatever bullshit that they go through in their lives, but like they did want this to be like a combination of like the first movie and the cartoon, like the kind of tone that the cartoon had, and it's kind of mostly that. It's mostly like more funny than the first one. It just seems like way more lighthearted, and I don't mind it at all.
But that was what we talked about with the first Ninja Turtles movie. Going back, we were like, "Oh my god, this is dark, and this is this is." Just,
and I like that too.
And it was so great, and I wish they almost would have continued it, a la like Dark Knight. Like make this a series, and then you can maybe start over again and do like the lighthearted version.
I want to see a rated R Turtles adaptation.
It'd be amazing.
One of these days, like where he actually uses his fucking swords, and cuts people in half. That'd be sick as hell.
I wish I wrote it down. There's apparently maybe it's a comic book or something where all of them die except Ronan.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I saw some like scenes from it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this looks awesome.
It's brutal. It's like who was it who did Sin City? Frank.
Oh, really?
Frank Miller.
Frank Miller. It's basically like that. It's that dark.
The premise is that all of them die except for Michelangelo, and he basically goes from this fun-loving teenager to the darkest of John Wick characters.
Of violent TMNT noir.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's what I want.
I want that movie so bad. I want that. There's a meme for you. I want that movie. I want it really bad, and I've heard it so many times that it's like, oh, the rumor mill, Ronin movie, TMNT Ronin movie is in production, and it's like it's always just a rumor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, this lab fight scene, I think it's really funny because the foot comes in. I hate calling them the Klan because
Yeah.
There's a history there, but
something there. I don't know what it is.
When they come in and they're fighting in the lab, it's really fun because like they huddle up. I'm like, you can't huddle in the middle of a fight, but you can in kids movies because when the main characters need to take a break from fighting, the bad guys are just like, oh yeah.
No, we wanted one too.
It's whenever they're ready.
Yeah.
Tell us when you're ready. It's like when you're playing catch on the beach. Yeah. You're throwing a baseball back and forth. No one wants to be the one to quit first, but you both want to quit.
Yeah.
Like the same guys. Like the Klan once they want to break too, but they're like, we're not going to ask for one. Oh, Turtles are taking one.
Yeah,
Thank God. Yeah. Whatever you want, man. We'll take a break too, I guess.
We'll just shout a box over here.
if we take a break, Tatsu's gonna be pissed. So
and he's just standing there with his arms crossed, just hoping he doesn't have to deal with like the fallout of his feet clan. Like he's just like, if I have to do something, I'm gonna be really fucking pissed because this is my thing. I stand here like this and look
and
mean.
grunt.
Yeah.
This is pretty dumb though. Like they had already stolen the canister and had already left. And then they came back just to be like, we stole it.
let's
He came back just to be like, hey, Turtles, were you looking for this? Well, we took it.
They could have been gone.
They were gone. I'm pretty sure they already left.
You think they left
Yes.
and came back?
I think they made it all the way outside, and then one of them said, Sensei, look.
The turtles are up there.
Turtle, and he goes, we should go back and taunt them.
Let's go back.
Let's go back and taunt them.
Let's go make this a thing.
Let's go make it a thing. We need another battle scene.
This will be funny. We'll tell Shredder about it later.
Shredder will really like it.
Yeah, he's gonna really think this will be good fun. This will be fun. Okay.
Shredder kind of lightened up ever since he almost died. Near-death experience.
I mean, that'll do it to you.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
You know,
I mean, death is after him now, but
I will say that the moment that it came back into the lab scene, and you've got Dr. Perry there, and I just it did wash over me how borderline pointless, like mundane this kind of process is, and why is he there so late at night? Like, he's the only one there. In like, if this was like TGRI's like big mistake, right? You would still have round the clock teams working on this, not the head scientist, like one by one putting canisters into the disposing tube. Yeah. Disposed.
Yeah, well, you're the last one.
Yes, pats it gently.
Hopefully there's time.
No!
No!
And then the way you just like take it off screen, like, oh.
It's pretty great.
I just look at the set and I'm just like, it's not a great set.
But I loved it as a kid.
too.
I was like, oh, it's creepy. I don't know, man, this place is weird. It's got triangles everywhere.
Donnie doing like the typing, just like, disposed.
I don't know what else to do.
Oh, what can you do?
They get back to April's apartment, and Ernie Reyes Kino finally sees the turtles, and he's like, I think you better sit down for this, and it kind of fades out. 5 hours later, he tells the lore of the turtles and Splinter and how they got made, and he's just like, oh my fucking god. Splinter just has the most droning on story of the entire earth.
He does.
He is just sitting there listening to him like he probably had to listen to his own like great grandfather at some point about, and he's probably, let's be honest, he's probably heard this story before.
Oh yeah.
You know,
vaguely.
Oh yeah.
He's like, no, I knew that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
No, I know, but Splinter doesn't stop talking. He doesn't even skip a beat. It's like, no, I know. I kind of knew.
You see,
Okay.
Kino.
Yeah.
They really love pizza. It's like that's the part that I know because I'm the guy for that.
Yep.
So
but
you don't understand.
No, I bring it here all the time.
No, you don't understand. They just have to have pizza, otherwise they cannot do what they do. And what they do is because of the pizza. Like whether it's pepperoni, whether it's anchovies on it, whether it's like stuffed crust, whether it's not or not. You know,
I have to go make more deliveries. I have more boxes.
Whether it's thin crust or like, New York style or Detroit style, it doesn't matter. They just have to have pizza.
I just need to get paid.
Because they're ninjas, pizza ninjas.
They're pizza ninjas.
It's very important to discuss this movie, how the first movie clearly exceeded all expectations, and so they wasted absolutely no time greenlighting the sequel. They thought maybe this was going to burn out quickly. And they wanted to just get it in the theater as soon as possible. Listen to this timeline.
Yeah.
March 30th, 1990, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comes out. On April 2nd, 1990, they greenlit the sequel after the weekend of how good it did. So that's a Monday. Monday morning, they're like, oh my God. There was zero script, no director, nothing. And they said yes. And on March 22nd, 91, less than a year later, Secret of the Ooze released in theaters.
It's nuts.
I don't understand how
And
that's possible.
to make like a pass, like, you know, we'll get into our final ratings later, but like it's a passable movie. Like, you could watch the shit out of this. We did as kids, like, we know that. But in that amount of time, with all these special effects, with all this, you know, fighting and choreography that you got to do, you know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I got to be honest.
It's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a feat we may never see again, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It kind of makes it more like understanding of like, hey, we just need an exciting additional character in here. Well, let's get Ernie Reyes Jr. because he was already great in that one. Let's just pull him out of the suit. We can just put anybody back in that suit.
Duh.
Because half the time they aren't even fighting anymore.
And I'm sure Ernie Reyes knows somebody.
Yeah, of course.
Just
Yeah.
get his buddy.
He's
Get his
probably
dad.
got a buddy that he's like, been training with.
They should have put Senior in there. That would have been
Oh,
awesome.
that would
man.
have been great. He should have been Splinter. But
Oh.
just saying.
Yeah.
Well,
Just saying.
scene 3, when the turtles are discovered in April's apartment by Kino, Splinter decides they ought to get out of April's apartment instead. Not willing to simply let the Foot Clan regroup, Raphael abandons the others during their search to team up with Kino, while his brothers stumble upon an abandoned subway station under the city. Toka and Razor have mutated but are not intelligent. Shredder decides to keep them due to their strength. Oh, Raphael! Oh.
I'm rebellious.
I'm the rebellious one. I hated Raphael in the first one, and I still hate him in the second one. He's just my least favorite turtle.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
If
just
you're,
tired
if you're
of the
getting rid of one, you're getting rid of Raphael.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the attitude, you know, because it's just one of those things that you're just like, man, let it go.
Did you
dude.
learn anything from 2 days ago?
Yeah. By the way, that whole thing that happened with you and like, remember you went out and you got your butt kicked because you couldn't go it alone. Remember? Do you remember the place burned down? Do you remember
48 hours ago?
That was
Are
literally like now about maybe 42, maybe 70 to 60 some hours ago. Do you remember, Raph? No. Like, I'm going out and I'm going to go do things.
I'm the only one with a New York accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a native.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you what, when he was born wherever the guy who's leading the new foot recruits, like that.
Oh
Keenan.
my God, that guy.
Okay, guys.
No, he says use guys.
You guys, listen up. You got some of yous is gonna have to pass a little tests. It's just like, stop putting S's on everything. It's just like, and if you're good enough, we'll let
Good
you
enoughs.
in. Good enough, we'll let you on ins. It's like, okay, come on.
And let me tell you something else. Those fucking towers, they're going to go down someday.
Yeah.
I'm
tell
telling
you.
you.
I've been saying it for months.
Dude, we're fresh off of 9/11 when we were recording this, but like, it still just takes my breath away when I see him in movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's still, are those the most iconic, like, take away what happened to them, and let's say they were still there, they're still the greatest skyline features of any city
It's
in the
what
world.
every
Right.
movie, if you're shooting a New York skyline for a movie,
They have to be
They're
there.
They had it-
unavoidable.
They
Yeah.
had it in their budget to be like, hey, when's our shot?
Oh,
for
well,
the
hold on.
towers?
We got this movie tomorrow. We can squeeze you in on Monday if you want to get the shot of the towers.
We got a little bit of low budget. We just take from that shot. You mind if we just get some stock footage of the
No, we're going to need you to do fresh on this
gonna
one.
need to be
All right,
fresh.
all right.
We just
well-
cleaned the windows.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
We'll be there in the morning.
All right,
Great.
cool.
Thank you. Now, it's like, thanks a lot, Raph, for just breaking the rules. We got to have somebody do it, I suppose. And then we've got the leader. We've got Leonardo, who's like harping at April about it. Isn't that right?
On the phone?
On the phone?
Yeah.
Well, he's harping at Donatello to harp at April.
Yeah.
And even though he's upset about it, just because he's upset,
Yeah.
she's caught in this crossfire of having to basically kick out the celebrities that she thought. It's like having a band come and like stay at your place. You're like, no, guys, you can totally come crash at my place, like totally. And then you find out like they had a couple gigs cancel, and then you're just like, it's like you guys can't be here anymore.
You gotta go.
You have to go.
Have to go. We've all been there.
That's all I can think
we've all
about.
been that band too.
Yeah.
So like
No, I live
breakfast
here
in the morning.
now. Squatters' rights.
Yes,
I live here now.
I live here.
Oh, dude,
I have mail here now.
That's scary.
See that?
Yeah.
See that? I had a piece of mail come here. Yeah.
Can I talk about the subway real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
This subway set and everything. Well, I guess it's not really set, but their set decoration and everything about it, and just like the coolness of the fucking fort. It's just so badass. Like you and your boys could go in there and just hang out, which makes me think like, oh yeah, the Foot Clan outgrew this.
Yeah.
They found this first and they just moved on from it. And now it's their turtles.
They had when they were like 7 members of the Foot.
They just like everywhere they go, they just know how to make a fucking sick ass fort.
They
man.
do.
They really do.
It's true. It's the truest of all things.
I know. And they outgrew it. Some of them just said, "Hey, this is what we do. Do. This is what we do.
Hey.
Do.
If they
This is what we do.
Do.
Dude, that's sick, dude.
Dude, we should just go around and build forts, man. This is what we do.
This sounds fun. You are my best friend.
Oh man.
that is my problem with this movie. And like first of all, the theme, you know, like like that's it's just so good. But they got rid of songs. The soundtrack to the first movie was so goddamn good.
Yeah.
I listen to it all the time, and I challenge anybody to go out there and re-listen to the original soundtrack. It's so good. Then they got rid of all that for this for Ninja Rap, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, yeah.
It was a little tough, tough to swallow.
Yeah, that's what you got to pay him.
Yeah,
You gotta pay him.
something else tough to swallow. I wonder if you guys feel the same way.
Ooze?
Bebop and Rocksteady versus Toka and Razor.
Yeah.
I think they made the wrong choice here.
Obviously, yeah.
I heard that like Bebop and Rocksteady, obviously everyone knows who they are. We're thinking that's who this is going to be, and then you get Toka and Razor. You're like, what the fuck? But apparently Bebop and Rocksteady were like too crude and too like they were villains and they were streetwise and they fight people. They really wanted these dumb animals that weren't gonna fight because then it'd be too violent. You know,
Right.
so like
it works out for even like the creators of the basically these characters to say no to that because they're annoyed by them. And then they probably are like, well, we still want to make a bunch of shit ton of money. And so we are going to listen to the Karens of the world and just kind of water this down a little bit.
But even I remember having the opportunity to buy Toka and Razor toys, and I didn't. I was like, nah, I don't want those.
I think
you might have been
Toka.
minority on that because
Really?
a shit ton of people did. Oh yeah.
God, I just never liked them, and I hated them in this one too. It was very Goro-esque, the noises they were making. Like, and actually, the funny thing is they're
That
trying
was
to
really good.
they're trying to get rid of Bebop and Rocksteady because they're scared of maybe the violence and the fighting that they will bring. But then they bring like pretty terrifying creatures.
Yeah.
That scared the fuck out of me the first time I saw this. I was like, I don't want these guys. You know,
It's
That
a wolf. Yeah.
was terrifying looking.
the eyes too.
Yeah.
No,
You're just like, dude, that was a terrifying creature.
it was.
But then you make them babies and it's fine.
And somehow
Yeah.
it does come out to be just like, well, all right.
It is. I do find that a little funny. Whereas like, you will call me master. And it's like, mama.
They're babies. When he says they're babies, I mean that might be the line of the century. I mean, like, and I want a deep fake where Arnold Schwarzenegger is shredded.
Yeah.
They're babies. They're babies.
These fools get me some badasses. I'm the Expendables guy.
Remember when remember you just see that shot of Shredder just being like when he's like, yes, yes, it just.
Oh yeah, no, it's the cliche shot of like the mastermind villains like plan coming to fruition. He's like,
but I remember. Do you remember when Freddy takes the dandelion over to Shredder, and he literally says, he's like, "This is not what I sent you to go do." And like, so it makes me think Freddy was supposed to be a plant for like 6 months. I told you to get close to him. Sleep with her if you got to. Do what you gotta do.
Is that his first day? He brings back a dandelion.
He's like, "This isn't what I sent you." He's like, "No, I know, Master. But I thought," he's like, "Silence. I have a better idea." It's just like, no, it was Freddy's idea. This whole time. It was Freddy's idea. It's like, "I thought you could do something with this ooze." He's like, "Shut up, I have a good idea. I should do something with this ooze."
That's like you guys being like, "Hey, you know, it'd be a really great idea for a brunch. Like maybe like we make our own soundtracks."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's pretty cool. A week later, I'm like, "Guys, I got a brunch idea.
Got a great idea.
We
for
should
brunch.
make our own soundtrack."
That's right.
Mike, that's a solid idea.
Dude, good idea, dude. Wait a second.
Just give it to him, AJ.
Just give it to
All
him.
right.
man.
He needs this right now.
I need it in my life right now. How about Shredder in general here? Like, did you know it wasn't the same actor?
Yeah, correct. I mean, not watching it. No,
No.
finding it out though.
The OG was James Saito, played Shredder in the first one, and then they just didn't call him.
Yeah.
They're like, "No, we got a different guy." Francois Show played same voice for Shredder, but the guy inside the suit was somebody different. But this Shredder, this will get in my final review. This Shredder just isn't scary in this movie.
I mean, I think it's a product of the whole movie kind of being watered down and like PG-ified, Karenified, if you will.
So they, again, keep in mind,
Karenified.
Keep in mind that Shredder in the first one, his helmet, it wasn't serrated like this, right? And then it shows like he's like on the grinding wheel.
Yep.
And so then you think like, Jesus, how long was he sitting there grinding this fucking helmet to be like grinding in this serrated edge to this helmet of his? And how long was he just sitting there talking just ad nauseum at fucking Tatsu? I'm just like,
Who doesn't talk?
He's like, yeah, who doesn't talk? He's probably just like, he's like, got to piss really bad. he's just grinding away on this freaking helmet.
Even fucking Tatsu isn't scary in this one too.
No.
I, Tatsu, now lead.
I challenge you.
I challenge Master Shredder.
And
And you're like, yeah, I mean,
yeah, he looks the same.
yeah. It's like, and by the way, we saw his hand come up out of the garbage. It wasn't like a secret that he wasn't going to come back. You know what I mean? Like this shock, like of Tatsu, like who could have possibly said I challenge?
The camera rushes in on Splinter or Shredder.
Yeah.
But they kind of make it like a Batman Joker moment where it's like, oh no, they don't show his face right away, and they're like, oh, he's gonna be disfigured.
True.
And then it's no,
the same costume.
it's the same guy. He's got like a little kind of a mark right above his eyebrow, but yeah, he's good. He's good.
That guy is just his face.
He said it out loud.
His face.
Dude, what's wrong with your face?
the guy next to him just looks at him.
Shut up, man.
What are you talking
It's
right now?
Shredder. Who are you?
You're one of the fucking new guys, aren't you? Like, do you know what he'll do to you? Do you know why they call him the Shredder?
No, we don't. Because we're not going to find out. He doesn't do anything in this movie.
No, I don't know why they called him a Shredder. He's like a Spike in the last movie. It's weird.
Well, I thought they called him the Shredder because in the last one we had fucking skate park ramps and shit. What the fuck's going on with this junkyard bullshit?
Shredder. Holy shit. Shredder got his name because he used to fucking
Because he was
rip
just
up a
fucking
half
kick flipping and fucking being awesome.
But then he just got a little older. He's like, nah, that's for the kids. I'm not going to do
he's
that. But they still call him Shredder.
Basically fucking Rufio.
Oh my God. Scene 4, guys.
Fucking kick
Yeah, when he was younger, he did like a fucking Indy 900, and he came back down like, dude, that was we're gonna call you Shredder, bro. Dude.
And his nickname just stuck with him his whole life.
But then it didn't gain any notoriety soon enough, and Tony Hawk did one, and then he was pissed.
Yeah, dude, they should have had that as an unlockable character. Dude. Oh my god.
Shredder.
Hey, copyright. Somebody do that.
Yeah.
Copyright here.
Yep.
Tony Hawk, call us.
Scene sponsor us.
Ubisoft.
Scene 4. After infiltrating the Foot, Raphael's caught. Kino gets word to the others, but they are also caught when trying to rescue Raphael. Master Splinter saves them, and they fight the Foot and Shredder's mutants and escape with Professor Perry. This is so funny to me when Kino is in line talking to the New York guy, and Raphael's literally just behind the car.
Yeah.
Like, there's no bathrooms here, and this is kind of down by the water, so these guys, like, they're going to have to take pisses, so they're like, I'm just going to go behind this car and take it. What the fuck?
Jesus.
What the fuck? Yeah, these guys are fucking ninjas, and they literally do nothing that ninjas do.
You know what would be awesome for the Turtles to do? You know, they're huge and they can't really hide from much, but what they can do is sink back into their shell.
And look like a rock.
We never see that happen.
Nope.
Nope. I just like it because it's all right, you guys, and then it's the fence. They're at a fence, and they're like, all right, come on, I'll show you the secret hideout. It's like it's just behind the fence, basically. Is what we can.
I can see it.
I can see your guys training, doing their little like Cali stick thing. And
No,
then
we can hear them. The sticks are clacking on the
yeah.
inside. All right, that's enough. Try it again.
Yeah, and then you see Raph, and I just love the soundbite every single time.
It's so good. It's so good.
my
I'm glad
favorite.
they brought that back.
I know.
Except in the old one, it was always in the dark, and now it's just broad daylight.
Just broad daylight. I think it's so funny, and they're just walking through, and this is a great like badass scene for Kino.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Him fighting these dudes, he's shredding all these dudes.
Yes, he is.
Like he's just kicking all their asses.
Poor, like you mentioned it, like the old Foot Clan had the greatest hideout. I mean, they're like, hey, come down, smoke some cigarettes, skateboard, play some video games.
We got some fucking Surge for you.
We got Surge. We got all kinds of shit, man. It's going to be great. Every once in a while, you got to go to the Shredder's presentation in the big warehouse spot, but it's fine.
It's like a timeshare.
It's a timeshare.
You can deal with
You
it.
have to go to this.
It's kind of like those like the churches, like when you were a kid, and they would like. You had the one guy that would bring in some kind of half-hearted celebrity who would talk about it, and then slowly his conversation starts talking about God, and then you're like, it's like, and if you guys want, you come on by tonight, and we're gonna raffle off a car, and you guys can come and play video games. We're gonna have pizza and pop, and then you realize,
And we're going to talk about God.
oh, we're here to talk about Shredder's prophecy. I don't know what I'm doing here.
These new guys, they don't know how good that the old Foot Clan had it though, because now
true.
all of a sudden the new guys are in here and they're like trying to take bells off of a shirt, and if it rings, they have to do it again, or like it's just not fun anymore.
One of them kind of speaks up one time. He's like, "Was your life better 4 years ago?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this little 15-second thing where he has to remove all the bells with no sound, is this a joke? Because all the Foot Clan in the old one were like badass, and they were good fighters.
Yeah.
Every
And good
Foot-
friends, too.
And good friends. Every Foot Clan member here is overweight. The one main guy, it just looks like a 40-year-old dude going through a midlife crisis. Like, this is a joke, right? Not one of these people was
No.
able to pull a bell off. Is this just kind of like, he's already in, let's just fuck with him?
This is-
It's like a hazing thing.
This is their hazing. What if like one bell happened and he's like, I heard a bell, and he's still got all these. He's like, I mean, you could literally beat all of us up, and probably even the Shredder, but
Hey, one bell,
I
man.
heard one bell,
I heard it.
so you're out.
Man, like we were just
Wow.
This is just our hazing ritual. We were just gonna have you slam 3 surges and call it good, and you were gonna be fine, dude.
I just think of it like nobody's been able to do this, and this is probably it's that, or no one's actually been able to do it. like since they've had to rebuild, and that's why all their staff is so shitty.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
No one has done this.
Look, we're gonna have to ease up on this last trial, guys. Like we gotta get some new recruits.
This is
in there.
actually tough.
Can we just make it like 3 rings? What if 3 rings? It's like 3 more bites, right? Just what if 3 rings?
what if
happen?
they can just get the bells off in smoke, blindfolded?
Yeah,
Like, I don't care if it rings. What if they
True.
can just get them?
yeah.
I think that'd be awesome.
I think that'd be okay. I think that'd be a win.
I laughed out loud the line where they actually are trying to go rescue Raph, and like they get into the place like that was easy. Yeah, a little too easy. Looks like Raph. Yeah, a little too Raph. That was fucking funny, man.
I know.
I loved it.
They're just classic lines, man. And then there's the weird line. Did you catch the Ralph Nader line when they were caught in the? They're caught in the nets.
Yeah.
And Michelangelo of all people says it's like Ralph Nader.
I'm gonna call Ralph Nader. What?
What?
It's a funny '90s joke, man.
It's not even a funny joke. Like even the dad watching it's gonna be like, that's weird.
Ralph Nader. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, man, Ralph Nader. He's like that guy in the Green Party. Like, I hear his name around. He's on Saturday Night Live every once in a while. They kind of make fun of him.
Maybe that's what it was, a green party. Maybe they just thought it was more green people like turtles.
No, that's not it.
I think I'm going to say it is.
Now it's funny.
No.
That's not funny
You know what?
at all.
Now it's great.
Now it's like a like you don't get anything audibly from me, but it's
Nope.
like, all right.
All right, cool.
They have him up in this net thing, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna fucking kill you." Why did they cover the spiky thing? It's a junkyard.
Yeah. Let's
Everything looks
reveal
like
it.
this.
Whoa! Yeah, the whole entire junkyard has spikes
Yeah.
everywhere.
Just drop them anywhere. Like,
It would hurt at least. Might kill a few of them.
yeah. Like,
Would it have poked through their shells?
Good question.
I don't know. It depends on how mutated those shells are.
Like it's all these spiky things, but then there's just like a plastic pitchfork on one of them. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Aw. All right, who put that? Was it Freddie? Freddie put it on there.
Freddie
didn't he?
sucks. That's why we got
a
him working
bitch.
on remote here.
Oh.
Well, let's move on to the final scene. So Donatello and Perry develop an anti-mutagen, and they go face off against Toka and Razor. The fight spreads to a local nightclub, and the Turtles again confront the Shredder. When he exposes himself to the ooze, he mutates into Super Shredder and tries to bury them all, but ends up killing himself instead.
These moments, though, where we're talking about like where he releases them into the city, like Tokar and Razor, like he releases them into the city, and that old couple made me laugh all the time. Even as a kid, I laughed.
New York, man.
Oh, was it Muffy? Like, they're destroying the city, the street. Like, let them get their own cab. I'm just like, is that all they're concerned about in New
Yes.
York? Ever since when I was a kid, the only thing I thought anyone was obsessed or was actually like focused on was being able to get a cab.
100%.
That's it. That's what New
you
York
thought it
life
would be a
is.
bigger problem in your life?
I thought it was going to be a bigger
That's
problem
why you've
in my
never
life.
been to New York?
Well, I've been there once, and I was like, God, I don't know how to hail a cab. I've never had to in a small town. Like,
It's really funny. They do make it feel like it's something you have to learn how to do, when in
Yeah.
reality you just go, hey.
yeah,
Is that what you did?
I think you turn around, face the direction of traffic, and go, hey. You have to have a briefcase in your left hand,
That's
and your
what I
right hand
thought.
goes, hey. And then kind of keep it in the air for a little bit.
Okay.
but that's the thing though too. Is like other people were really good at whistling. I'm not a good whistler. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to hail a cab, and then I'm going to get caught. I thought Central Park was supposed to be a cool place. It was a park. Because you're a kid, you should be able to just go to parks. Turns out Central Park, according to Home Alone 2 and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, is the seediest place
Don't
on
ever
the
go
planet.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be able to hail a cab out of there. That's my nightmare, guys.
Don't go.
I'm not going.
Don't go.
I'm not.
Will
Okay.
you jump on this bandwagon with me? This was the best part of this movie. From them getting in this final fight into the club with Vanilla Ice. Like, this was rewatchable to the nines for me and my brother.
When it got to this part, I like paused it and went to the bathroom. Like, there's 15 minutes left. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
It's just, man, this scene where they tumble into the nightclub and Vanilla Ice is playing. I don't know what it was as a kid, but
And it's just adjacent to the abandoned.
Yeah, this is a seedy nightclub. I mean, like, let's just talk about this. It's very seedy. It's down by the river. You don't want to go there.
True.
Both of the guys who are running this place have ponytails.
That should tell you
It
everything.
should tell you everything you need to know. But it's like, this is, it's a seedy nightclub, but I also think this is a warehouse district that's starting to get gentrified.
They're like, if we throw one big concert down here, it's going to bring everybody down. They're going to see what we have to offer.
Well, sure, but who are we going to get?
Vanilla Ice.
We could, oh my
We could get
God.
Vanilla
We
Ice.
could get Vanilla
He's
Ice. down here.
gettable.
He's gettable right now.
He's coming through.
I
He's
saw him on
gettable.
Cameo the other day. Let's get him here.
Suge Knight almost killed him the other day. Like, I think we're okay, man.
Yeah.
I think we could do this.
I think he needs money.
Needs
Terry.
money, needs to,
Go get him. One of those guys is named Terry, I think.
Oh yeah. Actually, they're talking about the main guy.
Yeah.
His name's Greg Salata. This is his second time he's been in one of our movies.
No, it's
there's
not.
no way you're gonna know who he is.
It was Snyder.
No, it would have been awesome if he was Snyder. He in Weekend at Bernie's was one of Vito's thugs. He was the skinny one, not the one. He was the one that went and saw him in the bedroom. He goes, "Hey, Paulie, he didn't kill him." You know, he even says, "It's creative. It's creative. I like it." He's at the dinner table. That is the same guy.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
I do love his little assistant though when he's like, "I got the police." He goes, "What? They like it. They like it." And he goes, "They like it."
Never mind. They like it. Like, how many calls a day does the police get from these guys?
From that place.
A
Not
lot.
enough.
But then, like, you get this awesome scene, and then you cut back to Keno and Splinter just bullshitting, and he's like, "I should be out there fighting, you know. I should be out there with them." Like, yeah, he should.
Yeah.
Why
he's
is
really
he
good.
out of this scene?
Yeah.
I mean, until a little later.
until he is. He got there really fast.
It's true.
You know, I wonder how far
He's
away.
pretty good at hailing a cab.
Yeah, he's got it down. How fast does that scooter go?
Yeah, true.
Go ahead.
Ninja Rap is obviously Vanilla Ice's second most popular song. They apparently said he wrote it in like 30 minutes. He like bragged about how he wrote it. It's like, they sent me the script and it was awesome and I wrote this. Here's what he wrote. Here's the lyrics.
Hell yeah.
Villains, you better run and hide because one day you might not slide. So choose your weapon, but don't slip. Vanilla's in control with the flex of the mic grip. Rocking the crowd the way it should be rocked with the Miami drop that you like a lot. You know it's hitting like a Ninja Turtle when the bass kicks in. You better check your level. The power of the ninja is strong, fighting all the crooks until they're all cold gone.
You rhymed like twice in there.
Sort of. But yet, like, my God, this song was awesome when you were a kid.
I mean,
and the dance, ninja.
It's
rap, ninja.
It's the beat.
Yeah.
And the fact that they play it off like the music starts and he goes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He goes,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
He might be one of the worst actors of all time.
Okay,
And in fact,
of
are we going to
course.
do Cold as Ice sometime?
Oh man.
Yeah, we have to.
Because when he's trying to pretend like he's like, yeah, oh yeah, I know how to do that. I got words for like.
I'm inspired.
Yeah.
It's bad.
But when you're popular at this time that he was, you don't need to be good.
and when I was a kid, I'm like,
oh
that's
my
guy.
God, that's Ice.
Dude,
And
look at how he does his. Look at how he does his head off to the side. He
This
does it
whole-
better than the dancers.
This whole scene is so fucking stupid, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Because it fucking rules.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
Yeah.
makes no sense.
It's totally a shoe-in just for Vanilla Ice to be in the movie.
And then they're like, well, what do we do? I don't know, but we can't do violence. So, okay, let's see.
Full volume.
What a joke! The fact that listen to me.
It's not even a
you're
guitar.
Dude, it's a fucking guitar. It's the late '80s. They're still figuring things
You're right,
out,
you're right.
or it's into the '90s.
Ninja.
But if there was ever a way to make a speaker explode with noise to knock someone off, like out through a wall, everyone in the room is now vaporized.
Yeah.
Like that's how powerful this needs to be.
It's
Just because you're not standing in front of it doesn't mean that would not be the loudest sound in the history of the world.
Yeah.
To push air that hard.
I'm just saying. I mean, I think, everyone at least on that stage would have been like, not just a direct shot of Shredder just going out the window
Yes.
through the wall, whatever. It's like that was the part. All of a sudden, things just kind of change.
Yes.
And I start to realize how fast things just kind of happen in this movie. Like, things just kind of just happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's just like, it's like,
There's
oh,
not much of a script.
let's not show anything of like what we're actually trying to do. And like the ice cube things and the donuts. You're just like, Toka and Razor apparently just weren't really much of a...
Yeah, have you guys gotten tired yet from eating your donuts? I put cubes in there.
I've been feeling it. I knew it. You roofied us, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do got pee.
Cool.
Okay. So
It's just the fact that they can't fight because fucking Karen's complained. So
Yeah.
now they have to kill. They have to make the animals go to sleep so they don't actually fight them.
And then be actual animals again.
yeah,
Less mutated.
And then
by the way, they shoved a fire extinguisher down the throat of something.
Right.
That's not weird or violent. No.
But they do teach an important lesson that I learned as a kid. It's very subconscious, but most people need to learn this lesson. Don't get on stage.
Oh.
The chick in the red dress figured out exactly why you don't get on stage.
Yep.
All of a sudden, some fight's going to break out and you're going to be a hostage. Just
Yep.
don't get on stage.
Don't wear a red dress.
Don't wear a red dress. She was
Like,
asking for it.
If
Yeah.
you're,
Don't dress that way if you don't want to get.
If you don't want to get taken hostage by a shredder,
Yeah, what do you think I meant?
by a
I said
martial
don't-
arts master.
Don't dress that way if you want to get taken hostage on stage.
Yeah.
What did you think I meant?
Like, what did you think? I mean, like, you just think
love this town.
you think you can just go places where there's going to be martial arts supervillains and not get taken hostage
And
in your
ask
red
for a
dress and
tambourine?
scarf? Yeah.
Jesus.
Come on.
this is awesome.
We're doing good. Sean's got a
man.
piece, so he wants to end.
No,
but I
no,
wanna
no,
keep
no.
talking.
No, I'm
Me
good.
too.
I'm good. Like if you're on stage and like you can be on stage for a little while, like to stage dive or something. But if there's a time limit. Like 5 seconds is cutting it.
Yep.
You're gonna get drop kicked off that motherfucker.
Yes,
I'm
you are.
sorry.
Especially if you're wearing a fedora.
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
One fedora per
So-
crew.
Yep.
Super Shredder, played by Kevin Nash.
Isn't that wild?
So he drinks the thing, and it makes him Super Shredder. It also changes his armor.
Yes, it does. And
Changes
his clothes.
his costume's brand new.
It's
Everybody knows
touching him.
that.
It's touching him.
Okay. It's like part of his skin because he wears it so much.
Right.
Yeah.
And what it also does, people don't realize this, it makes you huge and it makes you super strong and it makes you just the most like best evil villain of all time. It also makes you dumber.
It makes you
because
dumber
you
than
literally
shit.
just kill yourself.
Yes.
You're literally like, well, I'm not going to kill. I have one of the animals in my hands that I've been trying to kill for a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw him.
Literally
Instead
been
of
a
just
couple
pull
of
him,
weeks.
I'm going to pull him apart and like just break him in front of his brother.
Yeah. This literally goes nowhere.
Nowhere.
Like he kills himself.
He kills himself.
He gets so mad and he just crumbles that whole thing onto
Yep.
himself.
Yep.
The pier just comes down on all of them, and they still have time to reminisce about a lesson while this is crumbling on top of them. A ninja always remembers that to use your surroundings and remember who you are. Like, what are you talking about, dude? You're a turtle. Just go jump in the fucking water. Get out of there. Just leave.
Yeah.
And then they're
It's just it goes nowhere. I was so pumped. I kind of forgot about this.
Yeah.
Super Shredder showed up. I'm like, oh,
We have-
and then it was over.
We have budget for a badass costume change.
Yep.
You can't move at all in this. Though.
No, so
Like,
you're just-
we're not gonna be able to fight in this.
Did you see, like, there was also, I could notice, it was very apparent to me, like, on his legs, it's definitely, like, one of those suits that you put on that, like a Superman suit or something, that there's, like, additional padding in muscle places.
Yeah.
And it was very apparent on his legs. And it was just, like, you could see this, like, black bulge on his legs that looks like tumors. And you're just like... Okay.
I mean, he's 6'10". He's gigantic.
Kevin Nash is a big man, and it's not like he's a small guy, but they're like, we need to make him big.
It's like he spent exactly a month working on his glutes.
Yeah,
Just that one part of it.
it was funny to me. I don't know. It does finish up with them like coming up out of the water and like that like scene of all four, that shot of all four of them. Great.
I like that.
It's like movie over.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Japan after this.
Yeah,
you guys
we're
in?
out.
You in for the ride?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You got a porn name on this one?
Secret of the Ooze.
Secret of the Splooge.
Yeah.
How about 10-inch Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Oh, no.
10-inch Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Splooge.
Secret of the Gooch.
Secret of the Jizz.
Secret of your mom.
Turtle.
Teenage.
Not so teen anymore. Secret of the Splooge.
No, it just says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 18 plus.
You know what's going on.
You know what's going on. We couldn't actually do this if they weren't 18, okay? Well, you got anything else on this movie, boys?
That's it, man.
No.
We have talked about it with a modern eye. We got to give it a modern day rating. Strip away the nostalgia, AJ. Tell us what you thought this time around.
Like, it is one of those things. You're just so drawn in and you're so ready for kind of a reiteration of the first one. And there's a lot of points. There's a lot of points where I do think you get it. Unfortunately, it does. It just kind of continues on, and you start to realize more and more throughout the movie that you're not going to get some actually like really great fight scenes like the way that they were with the turtles, you know what I mean? You have Ernie Reyes Jr. who basically takes over for almost all of the actual like martial arts scenes, memorable martial arts scenes in this movie. He literally holds that on his shoulders for almost this entire movie.
Quan Su, dude. And I just like, it's very disappointing to hear that about like the moms who are fighting against it. It's just I'm taking away literally the ninja aspect. Just call it Teenage Mutant Turtles then, because that's basically kind of what this turned into. Yeah.
Because we're talking about how they became mutants. Why are they mutants? There's a secret with this ooze. What's the secret? I don't know.
They did that with certain countries. They took the word ninja out of it.
Did they really?
Yeah.
See? And so it kind of drives me nuts. That being said, you get maybe one of the most quotable movies of being a kid ever. And you have to kind of take that away, unfortunately. Once you do, and you're left with Vanilla Ice and a song, an incoherent song, and a shredder that kills himself, you're just kind of like, you do kind of realize that like, wow, this kind of went nowhere, and it was in fact a cash grab, because that's the non-nostalgic review of this, honestly. And I still had a good time watching it though, somehow. Like I really did. I still had a lot of fun watching the movie. And I would have fun watching it again. And so when I can watch it again and I'm having fun watching the movie in that moment, I do think that still warrants just a pretty straight 6.5.
6.5 for the age. Sean, what about you, bro?
Yeah, it's a retread of the first movie. Bringing back Shredder is pretty shameless. They could have done anything else. They could have done specifically what everybody wanted. But yeah, as far as a retread, a cash grab goes, like you said, AJ, it's still fucking super entertaining, super watchable, very short. It was like 89 minutes or something like that. I'm like, hell yeah. And I didn't really feel any of the length of the movie whatsoever. Ernie Reyes Jr. is fucking awesome. It's just cool to see Ninja Turtles doing their thing, man. 6.2 for me.
6.2. So I watched it the first time, which is like, oh, this might be like an 8 or a 9. And then as that movie went on, it fell apart. It fell very quickly apart when I realized that it just didn't have anything that I wanted from the first one. I compared it a lot to the first one. Mm-hmm. The darkness of the first one, the rewatchability, the kind of like difficult subject matter, and the fighting, and like the soundtrack. Everything in the first one was everything I ever wanted to be. And this one as a kid was obviously great, but modern day, this one, the second time I went to watch it, I didn't like it as much. I didn't like smile ear to ear at the very beginning. I was like, it's just because I hadn't seen this in 20 years.
Right.
And now that I have seen it twice, I'm like, this is not a great movie. I will not go back to, if I'm going to go back and watch a Turtles movie, I'm going to watch the first one. But there is something I do want to mention. This is my Turtles. These original 3 movies of the Turtles don't give me any version of the Turtles that has come out.
Yeah.
I cannot stand to look at any Turtle movie that
know.
has come out and what they did to the Turtles. These are
You mean CGI specifically? Yeah.
Michael Bay style.
get out of here.
Yeah.
I will never watch it, and I will never look at it, and I will never listen to what you have to say about it. These are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and there's nothing you can say about it. But give me the first movie.
Yeah.
I'm a 4.8 on this one, guys. I'm pretty low.
Wow.
Pretty low modern day rating. I was a 9.5
Yeah.
nostalgic rating, but I'm a 4.8. So that's going to take us down to a 5.83 as a group. That's going to take us fairly low of all the movies we've done. 5.83 ties in the 140th spot with Kindergarten Cop.
Okay.
We think that Encino Man and Weekend at Bernie's is a better movie than this.
Yeah.
But we think this movie is better than Teen Wolf, Mortal Kombat, the regular original Batman, and Lost Boys.
Wow.
I think that there would be sincere value in us being able to start a petition to just give us another Jim Henson's Ninja Turtles movie with the darkness, even maybe a little bit more so, of the first one, and give us a Bebop and Rocksteady.
That's what
and
we all
do
want.
it in practical costumes.
And get rid of Shredder. Bring us that other villain, the
Krang.
Krang?
Yep.
Yeah, bring us that guy.
Yeah, could do that one too. We could have that too.
Bring us the van, too. I want to see him driving.
That is a petition that needs to be done and a movie that needs to be made.
Okay. Well, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for being here. Tune in next week. Silence of the Lambs.
The veil is thinning.
The veil is so thin.
The
Followed
veil.
by Event Horizon and Nightmare on Elm
The
Street.
veil is super thin now.
And if you want to get into veil thinning spirit, go back this time last year. Blair Witch Project was a awesome episode.
Come on now.
We had some fun stuff to talk about. That is a very fun time. Go back and listen to it.
Definitely.
Boys are about to blast through their veils, their thin veils. Yeah, go back. Why not? Just do it, because thin veil shit. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to the show, the podcast. Make sure you're hanging out with us on YouTube. We love hanging out here on YouTube. Hang out with us in the studio. Find us on social media at Confused Breakfast, just anywhere where you consume your social media and get some cool theories and other fun things and watch all the hate happen because we love it. And by all means, leave us a review. Just drop us 5 stars if you can. Write us a review. Hit that subscribe button. Do us that solid. A lot of people don't subscribe to podcasts when they listen to them almost every day. So do us a solid, guys.
ConfusedBreakfast.com. You can go there and click on the merch tab to see our merch that we have. You can get shirts. You can get hoodies, koozies. Get whatever you want. Go to ConfusedBreakfast.com as well to see the ratings of the movies that we have covered on this show. You can see Blair Witch's ratings. You can see what I thought about it. You can see what AJ thought about it. You can see what Mike thought about it. And then see the show's ratings overall. Isn't that fun? Thank you so much. I love you. Goodbye.
Support us by supporting our sponsors, using the discount codes we tell you about, clicking on all those links, and going to patreon.com/confusedbreakfast. Signing up. That's the best way you can support us. We are produced by Upload Media Group in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Logan on the controls.
Way to go, buddy.
Yes, uploadmediagroup.com and check out our amazing podcast platform people at Cloud10, cloud10.fm.
You got it.
I forget what to say there. What do I say? What is Cloud10 to us? They're our
Network?
network. They're our network. Yeah, Best Friends Network. Cloud10.fm. Cowabunga, dudes.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga. Frere Jacques.
Logan. This needs to be cut.
Well,
If you're watching this, you're seeing what happens behind the scenes.
Don't let this make it into the thing.
Don't make sure you're not watching this on YouTube.
don't.
I think that's just the thing.
All right.
And if you see this too, Logan forgot this spot too.
You were gone for the last one. That's
Yeah, it's
the only,
okay.
That's the only reason.
We'll see if you get it.
Oh, I'll get it.
I'll get it.